And Jesus went straightway out of the water. That's after his baptism. And lo, the heavens were opened unto him, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove, and lighting upon him. And though a voice from heaven saying, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. We have Jesus. The Word was made flesh and dwelt among men. We have Jesus coming up out of the water. And we have the Spirit of God descending on him as in the form of a dove. We have the Word and the Spirit coming together. And one of the first things that happened to Jesus, after the Holy Spirit come on him, he was led of the Spirit. Some of the Gospels even say he was driven of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. He fasted and he prayed for 40 days, 40 nights. And he came forth full of the Spirit of God and began a ministry, his earthly ministry. That's the coming together of the Spirit and the Word. That's what's going to happen in these days. The Spirit will lead the people of God, and they'll live according to the Word. There'll be a life of separation. The Bible asks the question, what fellowship is the house of God with the house of idols? What fellowship is light with darkness? We'll have a life of separation unto our God because we've been lifted out of the kingdom of darkness into the kingdom of his great light. We've been brought out of a kingdom of death and destruction into a kingdom of full redemption, abundant life. John 10:10 gives the occupation of the devil: steal, kill, and destroy. But thank God it talks about Jesus too. And Jesus said, I will give you life and give it to you more abundantly. Isn't that encouragement? When we rise in the morning, we're going to experience life, and we're going to experience it more abundantly. Because that's what Jesus said, and Jesus cannot say anything that's wrong. Acts 10, Peter's preaching a sermon there, and one of the things that he's taught at the very outset of his sermon, he's taught of the Holy Spirit before he begins to teach it. He said, I perceive. In other words, I've got a revelation of the Holy Spirit that God's no respecter of people. God's no respecter of persons. What Jesus purchased on the cross is for every believer. It's for every child of God.